Shift your mindset here. Good afternoon, everybody. News from Norway, the country of my name, Sven. And the news is Jehovah's Witnesses have sent a letter to the Norwegian government. And why should they do that? Because there was a plan. They lost their money in Norway. They aren't recognized anymore as a religion. Then we had the problem we spoke about in the previous videos about the Jehovah's Witnesses deleting Sonja Eriksson. Also a video about shunning what is deleted. Why did they delete that video? Because of the government. Because of the government, in particularly Norway. Why? Because Jehovah's standards never change, but his earthly organization is losing cash, and so they made some adjustments. And those adjustments were no more disfellowshipping anymore. No, it's now removing and stuff like that. They deleted the video of the shunning with our star Sonja Eriksson. And now, after that, they are writing to the Norwegian government a letter. And I have this letter, and I will put the link in the description for you to read it in English, or if you want, in the Norwegian language. I'm not gonna read that one because I don't know Norwegian, but I like that language, how it sounds, but I can't make anything about it. So they send a letter to the Ministry of Children and Family Affairs in Oslo. Decisions on denial of state subsidies, they start with that, with the subsidies, with the money. And loss of registration for Jehovah's Witnesses. That loss we don't mind, but the first thing is the loss of state subsidies. Adjustments in Jehovah's Witness religious practice regarding limited contact with a person. I'm already getting, because shunning, disfellowshipping, is not limited contact with a person. If I play hockey, there is limited contact with a person. Your bodies touch, but you can't give someone a big push or whatever. But there's limited contact. In football, in soccer, there's limited contact. You're gonna touch each other in the air, whatever, but there's limited contact. So there is some contact. If you are disfellowshipped or you are removed, there is completely no contact. Also no limited contact, because you can't phone your mom or your dad, hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. Okay, talk to you next month or next year. No contact. So, we are writing to you concerning the ongoing legal case that will be heard by the Borgarting Court of Appeal in February 2024, I think February 2025, regarding the validity of administrative decisions based on Jehovah's Witness religion teaching about limited contact with a person who has been removed for the congregation or who has voluntarily withdrawn. We like you to inform you about recent worldwide adjustments in our religious practice in this area. So, the main adjustments can be found in the Watchtower from August 2024. So you see there is a whole plan. They lose something. When they're losing something, they're gonna change something. And then they get rid of the evidence by deleting the most famous video about that topic, shunning. So there is a whole plan, and why? Because they lost their money, their grants they get from the government. And because of that, that one is the incentive to change policies nowadays. Jehovah never change. So if you are a Jehovah's Witness, let me know. Why is Jehovah changing this? Isn't it too much of a coincidence that after you lose a court battle, that Jehovah suddenly changes that policy, what's already in place from 1952? Out of the top of my head. 1952. That's almost 75 years. It's in place. Why is Jehovah changing a policy? Because of a worldly government who he has no interest in, he doesn't care about, because he prophesied it in his prophecy that worldly governments will be against his people. We have no part of the world. You have no part of the world, JW. Why is he suddenly changing that for a couple of $1 million? Why? It's too much of a coincidence. So let me know, guys. Explain it to me, why Jehovah now is changing this policy. The main adjustments. Removal from the congregation remains at last a last resort. Before considering whether someone should be removed from the congregation, the elders will hold several meetings with the person who committed a serious sin in an effort to help him to restore the relationship with God. When informing an unrepentant sinner that they will be removed from the congregation, the elders will explain that they would like to meet with him again in a few months. That's a tactic. They just do it not because they care about that person, but then they show, in this case the government, that they are willing to get someone back, that they did everything they could to get someone back into the organization. So they want to portray themselves as a loving religion that wants the people back. But they only put this one in place to clear their path, sweep their path clean. So they did everything. And the elders will warmly encourage them to repent and return. Even if the person hasn't changed their attitude at the time, the elders will contact them periodically in the future. So we go the extra mile, Norwegian government. Look at us, we are so good. We go the extra mile. Then we have, of course, the baptized minor commits a serious sin. 2 elders will have a discussion. No judicial committee anymore. And they are going to look and understand what the parents already have done to help the child for the necessary changes. And if the minor has a positive attitude, the parents manage to reach him or her, the 2 elders may decide that no further action is necessary. So if you commit a serious sin as a minor, or want to commit a serious sin, do it as a minor, because you will not be removed, as it states here. We would like to emphasize that in a very rare case where a Baptist minor will be removed from the congregation, and now they are sneaky again, guys, listen up. When in a very rare case a Baptist minor will be removed from the congregation, family life and household interactions will continue, because the parents have a biblical and moral obligation to care for their minor children. They will continue to be responsible for providing for their physical and emotional needs. So business as usual if you are a minor and you're living at home. Family things will continue. They will continue to provide for you, to speak to you, and to provide for you in a physical and emotional needs. And this is the sneaky thing. They're not talking about someone who is an adult and is living in the house. They target now, they highlight only the special occasion of a minor, that family things are going further as usual, that there will be contact, that there will be communication, that they speak to the minor, but they leave out the part where someone is an adult, is 18 years old. And how is that one gonna be treated? They hope the Norwegian government will think that they are stupid and that they don't think and think, oh, okay, so contact is now good. So there's no shunning anymore. No, but they, just the word minor they put in, just to cloud the whole thing, that people are stupid and don't think through this one. Norwegian government, you are better than that. I have faith in you, and I know you will shred this one to pieces, because it's a minor. But if it's an adult, 18 years old, still living at home, he's gonna leave the home. He don't want to, but his parents will force them to leave the home, and he will be shunned the heck out of him or her. Just to be clear. Congregation members may choose to invite a person who has been removed from the congregation or has withdrawn to a congregation meeting. They may also choose to greet the person. Whoa, that's a big change. Greeting. And by greeting, they also hope you don't think further than to greet that person and welcome them to the meeting. But beside that meeting, it's still radio silence. But look at how they want to trick you with those fancy words and that word salad, that it seems like that people are greeting you. But at the supermarket, you don't get greeted. People are gonna ignore you. But only at the meeting, we greet you. If the person expresses a desire to return to the congregation, the elders may also arrange, for someone in the congregation to study the Bible with them, even if they have not yet been reinstated. Whoa, that's a big thing. So one sister or one brother can study with the unrepentant wrongdoer, with the remover, the one who is removed. What a special task for someone. A person removed from the congregation or who has chosen to withdraw may be reinstated within a few months. May be reinstated within a few months. I like to see what the practical side is. If it's a few months, we know it's still serious sins is maybe more than a year. Now they're going back to a few months, but I will like to see if all the elders, also the hardcore elders, the older elders in the congregation are happy when someone commits a serious sin and is reinstated in 3 months. I will be the fly on the wall in that elder meeting discussing if someone can be reinstated. Because still in the elder of flock book, the flock sheep, what is it? The elder book, I mix things now. It's still that a person who commits a serious sin, before he can get back to being a ministerial servant or being an elder, is 3 to 5 years. So if you committed a sin before you get reinstated to be a ministerial servant or an elder, you have to blood, sweat and tears for 3 to 5 years. And here you are getting reinstated within a few months. Time will tell if this is true, but in a few months, I doubt it. So then, based off the above, blah 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 blah, we hereby request that you reconsider your decision of September the 3rd, 2022. In the appeal, blah blah blah, and they want the whole appeal decision. We would like to request feedback on this letter and the above request within undue delay in accordance with 11 of the Public Administration Act. If possible, we kindly request a response within 3 weeks from the date of this letter. So by November 14, 2024. If you have any questions, let us know. Jörgen Pedersen, Chairman. Okay. So this is it, guys. So a quick recap. They lost a court battle. They were losing their grants. They were losing money from the government of Norway. They changed their rules suddenly under the name of New Light. People inside the organization don't know that it's connected to Norway because they only say things on the news side of the jw.org, what's in their advantage. But they lost. They had a lot of costs about that court case. They changed suddenly their rules. They claim that it is Jehovah who is providing direction through New Light. And suddenly it's in their favor to delete a video. What's in their disadvantage. And after deleting that video, or on the same time you're deleting that video, you're gonna write a letter to the Norwegian government that you want your money back and that you have changed your policy, that you have bettered your life, that you are now an exemplary exception of loving people, that we don't shun anymore. Then you put some words in that if a minor is still in the house, then we can still communicate with a minor, stuff like that. And basically they say, we changed, give us some money back, we deserve it to be reinstated as Jehovah's Witnesses as a religion in this country. But also, yes, that money, when are you gonna transfer the money? People, don't get fooled. If you are a Jehovah's Witness and you're listening, please do your research. Make a timeline. Go back. Like a computer problem. You go back to the steps where it went wrong. Where went it wrong? Norway loses. Then we change policies. Suddenly it's New Light. And now we are back in business for a good case, they think, and that the Norwegian government is stupid and they just gonna return our money. That was the first sentence. I will put this letter in the description. Let me know what you think about this, guys. Jehovah's chariot is moving. It's moving all directions, but not on the good. Not the good one. Not the good direction. So this is for me a clear sign that this organization is not led by Jehovah at all. Because Jehovah's policies, Jehovah never change. It's also said in the Bible, not now, not in the future, never. And suddenly this earthly organization decides when it's in their advantage because they lost money, they think we can get that money back by softening the rules, and suddenly we're back in business. There's nothing to do with a God, guys. Nothing. Like this video, share it with people you need to know. People of Norway, I'm proud of you guys. Keep kicking ass, because this is not how it should be. And this is not how an organization who doesn't want to be a part of the world should behave. So people, like this video, share it with people, and let me know what you think about it. And we see each other on the next episode. Have a great day.